Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong and welcome to Pointless, the quiz show that puts obscure knowledge to the test. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
Hi, I'm Salma. This is my housemate Nikki, and we're from South London.
Couple number two.
Hi, I'm Lisa. This is my dad, Bob, and we're from Euston in Chester-Lee Street.
Couple number three.
Hi, I'm Paula. This is my boyfriend Dave, and we're from Canterbury in Kent.
And finally, couple number four.
Hi, I'm Ryan. I live in London. This is my brother Jamie, and he lives in Newcastle.
And these are today's contestants. Thanks, all of you. We'll find out more about you throughout the show as it goes along, so that just leaves one more person for me to introduce. The obscurest of the obscurable. See, he's so smart, I'm having to make up words to describe him. It's my pointless friend, it's Richard.
Hiya. Hi, everyone. Hiya. Good afternoon.
And to you.
I'm looking forward to this one.
Oh, for so many good reasons.
For a number of reasons.
Yeah.
Reason one, Bob and Lisa are back.
Georgie Shaw.
Didn't see a huge amount of them last time. Poor old Bob.
But, no. Well, no, we saw a huge amount of them, but they weren't on the show for very long.
Yeah, they were around for round one, but we will remember it for some time.
Yeah.
Poor old Bob. I mean, Bob is no shrinking violet. Bob works in a munitions factory. He's a real man. And when you got that question wrong, I have never feared for someone's safety so much, Bob, I have to say. Lisa was furious, wasn't she?
Yeah.
She's an ex-wrestler and a cop. Yeah, she can handle herself as well. Were you OK, Bob?
She proves in a full Nelson.
Have you forgiven your dad?
Yeah, I don't know if he's forgiven himself.
I was pretty angry with yourself.
Well, yeah. Not as angry as Lisa was with you. We also had Dave and Paula, didn't we? And Dave has been going out with Paula for 13 years, refuses to propose. And you said, you know, if you do well on the last show, perhaps you'll propose. Got everything wrong the whole show, didn't they? Paula aced everything. Dave got everything wrong, which we think may have been deliberate. And then that wonderful end game with Toby and Kat, where they got a one-pointer, they got a correct answer, but for the wrong category. And for the first time, actually, since we introduced this new end game, the jackpot's going up a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Nice sort of jackpot to have. I think it should be an absolute cracker today. It's going to be loads of fun.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now, all our questions on Pointless have been put to 100 people before the show. Our contestants need to find the obscure answers those 100 people didn't get. Of course, everyone's trying to find a pointless answer. That's an answer that none of our 100 people gave, and each time that happens, we will add £250 to the jackpot. Now, Toby and Kat didn't win the jackpot last time, so we add another £1,000 to that, so today's jackpot starts off at £8,000. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. OK, in this first round, I want an answer from each of you, but there is to be no conferring. At the end of the round, whichever pair has the highest score will be heading home. OK, our first category today is famous people. Famous people. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns famous former Girl Guides or Girl Scouts. Famous former Girl Guides or Girl Scouts. Good luck. Richard?
We're going to show you 7 descriptions on each pass of famous people who coincidentally used to be Girl Guides or Girl Scouts in the UK or the US. Just need to tell us who they are, please. It's going to be 14 in order to have a go at home, so good luck.
Thanks very much indeed. So we are looking for these famous former Girl Guides or Girl Scouts, and here's our first board of 7. We have got 11-time gold-winning Paralympic athlete, made a dame in 2005. In 1991, she became the first Briton in space. She had a 1994 UK hit with All I Want for Christmas Is You. Barrister received a CBE in 2013 New Year Honours for services to women's issues. Journalist and news anchor, hosted Big Cat Live and was a mentor on The Speaker. Comedian and actress, star of the US sitcom I Love Lucy, and double Oscar winner. In 2005, she starred as Nanny McPhee. I'll read all of those again. 11-time gold-winning Paralympic athlete, made a dame in 2005. In 1991, she became the first Briton in space. She had a 1994 hit with All I Want for Christmas Is You. Barrister who received a CBE in 2013 New Year's Honours for services to women's issues. Journalist and news anchor, hosted Big Cat Live and was a mentor on The Speaker. Comedian and actress, star of the US sitcom I Love Lucy, and the double Oscar winner. In 2005, she starred as Nanny McPhee. Now then, Salma and Nikki, you all drew lots before the show, and today you are going to go first. Salma.
Hello.
Welcome to Pointless. Tough board.
Yeah.
It sounded tough, then it sounded a bit easier, and now it's tough again.
Yes, I was kind of thrown off by the category and then thought, oh, OK, there's going to be clues.
Loads of things in there, you know. Salma, what do you do?
I'm a graphic designer.
What kind of graphic design?
So I do websites, do illustration, depends on the job, really. I do animated videos as well.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, it's a really cool job. I get to do
Good
lots of different
stuff. And how do you and Nikki know each other?
We're housemates.
Have you known each other for ages and ages, or...?
Yes, actually, we met in 2005 when we both worked in Santa's Grotto as elves.
Where was that? Which of his many grottos
This
was
was
there?
in glamorous Nottingham. It was just after we'd finished uni, separately.
How long... is it a tough day, the elf's day?
It is a hard day. I was actually
Yeah.
chief elf and
Yes,
Oh,
she was
really?
my boss.
yeah, commandeered Nikki off the street because I had to.
So listen,
say-
is the chief elf just purely in the grotto, or do you remain chief elf backstage as well?
Oh, it's all over the place. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, there's some serious.
See, I had no idea. I didn't even know within the elf hierarchy there was that kind of...
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of different jobs in the National Health Service. There's all sorts of different things. So
Okay.
sorry. So sorry you had to come all this way to hear that.
Anyway, Salma, you're the first person to have this board.
Yeah. Yeah, I know there's some pretty obvious names on there that I should know. I think I'm going to go with the only one that, like, quite clearly popped into my head. It's the comedian and actress, star of the US sitcom I Love Lucy. I'm going to go for Lucille Ball.
You're going to go for Lucille Ball. Lucille Ball, says Salma. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said Lucille Ball. It's right. 39. 39 for Lucille Ball.
Well played, Salma. Good start to the show. Yeah, she was in the same drama class as Betty Davis, Lucille Ball. And Betty Davis was also a former Girl Scout. I don't know what we draw from that, but
No.
they both did all right for themselves.
Certainly did. Certainly did. Now, Bob, welcome back to the show. Now, what happened last time? Just
Well, I
talk us through
a
it.
complete idiot myself on television, basically.
You didn't. Let's just step back away from this. I think you came up with a perfectly plausible answer. Lisa seemed to disagree with it, quite volubly. Yeah, you put forward Gateshead as the European capital of culture, which I, for one, think is a...
People are laughing. People are
Well,
laughing at
actually,
that.
they
Listen,
lost out-
listen, calm down, Lisa.
They actually lost out to Liverpool.
They
so
lost
were
out to
in
Liverpool,
for
as
it.
we've discovered.
So,
Now then, Bob, remind us what you do.
I work in a munitions factory making shells for the British Army.
OK, so if Richard and I turned up and maybe wanted a couple of shells, you probably wouldn't do them.
I could get you a couple from the beach.
OK, I've got you. Right, back to the game. Now then, what do you make of this board, Bob? I think this is quite hard.
The one I was definitely sure on has just gone, because I'm about that era, well, sort of. But there's only one I think I know, which is, she had a 1994 UK hit, was Mariah Carey.
Mariah Carey, says Bob. Mariah Carey. Let's see if that's right. Lisa, do you think this is right?
Yes, I do.
Good. Let's find out. Mariah Carey, is it right? How many people said it? It is right. 51. 51, not bad, Bob.
I can't tell you what a relief that is, Bob. Phew. Yeah,
Tell us
it was
about it.
Yeah, that was a #2 hit when it originally came out. It's re-released every year now, or gets into the top 40 again every year now.
Thanks, Richard. Now, Paula.
Hello.
Paula, welcome back.
Thank you.
Round 2 last time.
Yes.
We didn't have... You didn't make a mistake.
No, I didn't. No.
No. Oh, hang on, Dave, did you? Oh, yes.
Turns out John McEnroe's quite famous.
Yeah, that was quite... He is quite well known, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Dave didn't know that. Paula, this is a better board, isn't it?
No.
No, no.
No, I was going to say Mariah Carey. I think I know Nanny McPhee, but there's something telling me that that's wrong. So I'm going to go for the top one and say Dame Tanny Gray Thompson.
OK, Tanny Gray Thompson, says Paula. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said that. Absolutely right, Paula. Very well done. Well, 51 are high, you passed that. 39 are low, you passed that. 30, good answer.
Very well played, yes. Actually christened Caris, and Tanny comes from a pet name her sister. Her sister used to call her Tanny because she was tiny when she was a baby, and so she calls herself Tanny.
That's nice.
That's nice, isn't it?
It is nice.
Especially you get that, and then she's got a dame in front of it as well. That's rather lovely.
Very good. Now, Jamie.
Hi.
Jamie, you're the last person to have this board. Do you fancy taking us through it?
I really wish I could. I can feel my brother. I think he would know some of them, and unfortunately I don't. So it's going to have to be a guess.
Well, what do you do, Jamie, first?
I'm a student at Newcastle University.
And what are you studying?
Medicine in my final year.
Oh, right. So, yeah, really nearly take up a stethoscope in anger. Where will you be doing that?
Staying in Newcastle for the first 2 years.
Right. OK. And what do you do in your spare time, Jamie?
I really like to hike and recently did Kilimanjaro.
Wow. How long did that take you?
6 days. Quite a long time.
Is that a long time?
Yeah, it felt like it. Yeah.
OK. Now, what are you going to go for?
I'm going to just take an absolute guess at the barrister who received a CBE. I'm not sure. Going to take a guess and say Cherie Blair.
Cherie Blair. Cherie Blair. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Dave is nodding. It's absolutely right. Very well done, Jamie. Well, 30 is our lowest score so far, and you passed that. Look at that. Down you go to 15. You halve it. Good answer, Jamie. Very well done. Cherie Blair.
Yeah, good hunch, Jamie. Very well played. Yeah, Cherie Blair and Tanni Grey-Thompson have both actually spoken publicly about how important the guides were to them, which is rather lovely. Now, the rest of this board, you would think the first Briton in space would be one of the most famous people in Britain, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You really would. Do you remember her name?
No.
It was Helen Sharman. That's the name. Helen Sharman would have scored you 6 points. Let's go down to the bottom. What would you say, Paula, for Nanny McPhee?
I think it was Kate Winslet.
Oh, it's lucky you didn't go for it. It's Emma Thompson. Emma Thompson would have scored you 48 points. Actually, would have scored you more than the answer you gave. So doubly good reason not to do it. And the journalist and news anchor who hosted Big Cat Live is Kate Silverton. 1 point. That's the best answer up there. So very well done if you said that.
Thanks very much indeed. OK, well, we're halfway through the round. Let's take a look at those scores. 15, the best score of that pass. See, sometimes with a tough board like that, it's quite useful being forced into a position where you have to go for something you perhaps wouldn't have gone for earlier on. Anyway, it's paid dividends. There you are on 15. Good score. Then up to 30, where we find Paula and Dave. 39, Salma and Nikki. And then up to 51, where we find Bob and Lisa. Now, Lisa.
Yes.
You know what you have to do.
Yes.
A really low score.
Yes.
We're going to come back down the line now. Can the second players please step up to the podium? OK, we're going to put 7 more clues on the board, and here they are. We have got first female vice presidential candidate representing a major US political party. Tennis player, has won 10 Grand Slam doubles titles with her sister Serena. Her UK #1 singles include Mama Do and All About Tonight. Essex-born sprinter, won gold at 1992 Olympics in the 400-metre hurdles. She had UK top 10 hits with Walk On By and Heartbreaker. US TV journalist, first woman to co-anchor a network evening news show. And she starred as Princess Leia in Star Wars in 1977. I'll read those all one last time. First female vice presidential candidate representing a major US political party. Tennis player, has won 10 Grand Slam doubles titles with her sister Serena. Her UK #1 singles include Mama Do and All About Tonight. Essex-born sprinter, won gold at the 1992 Olympics in the 400-metre hurdles. She had UK top 10 hits with Walk On By and Heartbreaker. US TV journalist, first woman to co-anchor a network evening news show. And she starred as Princess Leia in Star Wars in 1977. There we are. Ryan.
Hi.
Ryan, hello. Welcome to Pointless.
Thank you.
What do you do, Ryan?
I'm a teacher, a secondary school teacher.
And what do you teach?
English.
English.
Yeah.
OK, and in your spare time, Ryan, which you get quite a bit of, what do you... When you get holidays, you get holidays. Don't you?
What, if you're a...
If you're a teacher,
Yeah, you get holidays.
you get
I mean,
nice long school holidays.
They work very hard, teachers, but they do have nice holidays, which they need, yeah.
Yeah, fair
Absolutely.
enough. Yeah, I'm not saying you don't earn them, huh, Ryan? But what do you do in your holidays,
yeah, well,
in your
when not
downtime?
marking and planning. I like baking, and I'm trying to sort of teach myself Spanish.
Very good indeed. Anyway, what are you going to make of this board?
I think it's quite a tough board, to be honest with you.
I think they both are, to be fair.
I think I'm going to go for the female vice presidential candidate and say Sarah Palin.
Sarah Palin. Sarah Palin, says Ryan. Well, you're on 15. The high score is on 51. So if you can score 35 or less, you're through to the next round. There's your red line. Let's see if Sarah Palin gets you below it. Is it right? Ooh. Bad luck, Ryan. I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer. Scores you the maximum of 100 points, takes your total up to 115. It may well not be the last incorrect answer of this round.
Yes, Sarah Palin was actually the second woman to be a vice presidential nomination for the Republicans or Democrats. Not the first, I'm afraid.
Thanks, Richard. Now, Dave.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Now, and Dave, remind us what you do.
I work for a motor insurance company.
But in your spare
In
time.
my spare time, I do some stand-up comedy.
Good stuff. Have you written a piece yet about the last Pointless appearance?
Not yet. I'll see how I get on today.
Good stuff. What are you going to go for, Dave?
OK, I'm going to go with the Essex-born sprinter who won the gold in the Olympics, and I'm going to say Sally Gunnell.
Sally Gunnell, says Dave. Well, you're on 30. The high scorers are Ryan and Jamie on 115. 84 or less sees you through. There's your red line. Sally Gunnell. Is that right? How many people said it? It is right, and you're through. 21. 51 your total. Very well done, David.
Well played, Dave. The brilliant Sally Gunnell. At one point, she held the Olympic, the World, the Euro and the Commonwealth 400-metre hurdles titles at the same time, which is some going.
Lisa.
Yes.
Now, Lisa, you've been handed over a lifeline there. Look, 115 now, the high score. You're on 51. If you can score 63 or less, you are through.
I know two. I think one of them's going to be pretty obvious. The other one, I think I only know the actor because she played a part, like a cameo in Sex and the City.
Well, that's good enough.
So I'm going to go for, she starred as Princess Leia, Carrie Fisher.
You're saying Carrie Fisher. But, Lisa, before we put that to the column, obviously we discussed your wrestling last time, a lot about the wrestling.
Yes.
We didn't really focus on the other side, which was, initially you said civil servant, rather coyly. It's about the only coy thing you did, in fact, last time. Transpired you work for the police. You are actually a cop, or are you a backroom?
I'm training to be a constable at the minute, special
Are you?
constable. Yeah.
Wow. Well, good luck with that.
Yeah,
You enjoying it?
Oh, absolutely love it. It's fantastic.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
OK, you have gone for Carrie Fisher.
Oh, yes.
There's your red line. If you get below that, you're through to round 2. Very, very best of luck. Let's see if Carrie Fisher can get Lisa below that red line. Absolutely right. And you're through. Very well done. 31. Brilliant. 82, your total.
Yeah, well played, Lisa. Very well played. Yeah,
That's all I wanted to do.
actress and writer Carrie Fisher. Lovely to have Lisa and Bob in round 2, isn't
It really is, yeah.
If only for the peace.
Yeah. Nikki, finally we come back to you. Nikki, what do you do?
I work in the art department, mostly on TV commercials.
Oh, now that's fun. I know that's fun.
Yeah, it's good.
That involves you build stuff out of tiny little models and then
Yes,
present them.
Yeah, I get to make quite a few weird creations that I mess up our house with.
What's your favourite thing that you've made?
I make a lot of stuff out of cardboard and paper. I did an
Excellent.
explosion out of Post-it notes.
Excellent. What do you do in your spare time?
I play football.
Doing well?
Mid-table.
Good stuff. Now then, what are you going to go for on this board? You're the last person to have it. If you fancy, you can take us through it all and fill in the blanks.
The tennis player is Venus, but I think that's too high. So the third one down, I think, is Pixie Lott, and then the Walk On By song, I think, is Gabrielle, which is the one I'm going to go for.
You're going to say Gabrielle for Walk On By and Heartbreaker.
Yeah.
Gabrielle says, Nikki, let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said it. There is your red line. Oh, bad luck. Bad luck. I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer. Scores you the maximum of 100 points. Takes your total up to 139. Sorry.
Sorry, Nikki, you've been really unlucky there for a number of reasons. Firstly, Gabrielle did have a cover version hit of Walk On By, but Walk On By and Heartbreaker are both hits for Dionne Warwick. Would have scored you 45 points. Not only that, if you had said Venus Williams, would have scored you 52 points, so would have seen you safely through. And if you'd said Pixie Lott, that would have been right as well. And would have only scored you 19 points. So you're very unlucky. Literally the only bit of luck you've had is that you're not on a team with Lisa. It's the only consolation I can give you, that you're going to leave in one piece. Now, the first female presidential candidate, she was Walter Mondale's running mate in the 80s, and she was Geraldine Ferraro. Very well done if you said that, because it would have scored you 2 points. Terrific answer. And the other answer that's even better than that, actually, another US answer, the US TV journalist is Barbara Walters for 1 point. Very well done if you said that.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. So at the end of our first round, the pair who'll be heading home with their high score of 139, I'm sorry, it's you, Nikki and Salma. Really tough. And you then you almost filled in the board for us. Two brilliant answers that would have seen you through. Anyway, listen, you will come back forearmed next time, and I'm sure we'll go all the way through to the final. Anyway, meantime, thanks very much for playing. Nikki and Salma, great to have you on. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. Now, obviously, there's only going to be room for 2 pairs in our head-to-head round, so at the end of this round, we'll have to say goodbye to another pair. Bob and Lisa. Look at that. You're in round 2.
No, that's all I'm bothered about.
This is very exciting. Very exciting. Now, listen, one more round, Bob, and then you can listen to Lisa before you give your answers. Well, and it'll be
her for everything.
It'll be her fault if it goes wrong. And Dave and Paula. Dave, for the first time in your Pointless career... Sorry, let me rephrase that. For the first time since you've been in Pointless,
No,
you
right the first time.
scored less than Paula.
Well, the plan's not working.
Yeah. Or maybe Paula's just playing hard to get. Yeah. Maybe that's what it is. And Jamie and Ryan, very solid, good performance. But no, Dave and Paula, the lowest scorers there, seem to be the pair to beat. Best of luck to all 3 pairs. Our category for round 2 is rugby union.
Oh, my.
Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many nations that have played England at a Rugby Union World Cup finals tournament as they could. Countries that have played England at a Rugby Union World Cup finals tournament, Richard.
Yeah, simply the name of any national rugby team we've played against England in any of those tournaments from the first one in 1987 all the way through to the 2011 tournament. Very best of luck.
Thanks very much indeed. So, Bob, do you follow rugby union?
Not in the least.
Good-o.
I know some countries in the world, though. Oh, God. I'll have to go for... Italy?
Italy, says Bob. Italy. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said Italy. It's right, Bob. 25. Good answer. Phew.
Played 3 times in the 90s, Bob. England won all of them. That's despite Lisa going when you said Italy.
Paula.
Hello.
Paula, what do you make of this round?
I don't watch rugby.
Well, as Bob has just demonstrated, that needn't necessarily get in the way of giving a good answer.
I'm going to go for France.
France. France, says Paula. Let's see if France is right, and if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said France. It's right. 25, our lowest score so far. 56 you get for France.
So right answer, Paula, much better than 100. Played them 5 times. England have won 3 times. France won twice. They won in 2011, France.
Thanks, Richard. Now, Ryan, is this good for you?
Absolutely not. I think it might be really obvious. I'm just going to say New Zealand.
New Zealand, says Ryan. Let's see if New Zealand's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said it. 65 for New Zealand.
Yeah, we played them 3 times as well. In fact, in exactly the same World Cups that we played Italy, but we lost all 3 of those.
Unsurprisingly. Well, we're halfway through the round. Let's take a look at those scores. 25, the best score of that pass, Bob. Very well done indeed. Lisa, you seem to have it made, thanks to your dad. Then up to 56, where we find Paula and Dave. Then up to 65, where we find Ryan and Jamie. Not too far ahead, Jamie, but we need a low score from you to keep you in the game. Best of luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, so we are looking for any national team that's played England in a Rugby World Cup tournament, Jamie. You're the high scorers on 65. Is this good for you?
I do play rugby. I think with the high score, I might just have to take a bit of a gamble. Someone I'm not sure about, but might be a low score. I'm going to say Japan.
Japan, says Jamie. Japan. No red line for you as you're the high scorers. You got a gasp from Lisa there. Let's find out what that means. Japan. Is it right? How many people said it? It is right. Good answer, Jamie. 25, our lowest score so far. You whiz past that. Down it goes to 4. Brilliant work. 69 your total, Jamie. Very well done.
Well played, Jamie. One of the more unusual rugby union playing countries, Japan, one of the minnows. We played them once in 1987 and beat them 60 points to 7.
Thanks very much. Now, Dave.
Hello.
Dave, you're on 56.
Yeah.
The high scorers are Jamie and Ryan on 69. 12 or less. Keeps you in the game.
I've got 2 in mind. One's risky, but if it's right, it'll probably be good enough. But I think I'm going to play a bit safer, and I'm going to say South Africa.
South Africa.
Yeah.
OK, South Africa. There is your red line. It's quite low. Let's see, though, if South Africa can get you somewhere near it. South Africa. It's right. 45. Now, 45 takes your total up to 101. It's all in Lisa's hands. Richard.
That's a big score, Dave. I'll ask you after the end of the round what your risky one would have been. You played them 4 times. Of course, famously beat them in 2003.
Thanks, Richard. Now, Lisa.
Hello. Yes.
This is the deciding answer. The high scorers are Dave and Paula on 101. You need to score 75 to stay in the game.
Yes.
75 gets you through to the head-to-head. You can talk us through your thoughts now.
I was going to say the tables could turn here and Dad could turn on me, but I always said if it got to this stage that I'd do something obvious, and I think this is obvious to someone who's never watched rugby union in their lives, but I'm going to say Wales.
Wales, says Lisa. Wales, here is your red line. If you can get below that red line, you are through to the head-to-head. Let's find out. Wales, is it right? How many people said it? It is right. And you're through. Very well done. 49 for Wales. 74 your total. Well done, Lisa.
That was genuinely tense, wasn't it?
Yeah, really.
Yeah, England and Wales have played twice, won 1 each. Now, there are a few minnows out there. There's only one pointless answer, in fact, and it was the team we had the biggest ever score against. It was in 2003. We won 111-13 against Uruguay. Georgia, we played twice in World Cups, would have scored you 1 point. Romania, we played once, that would have scored you 3 points. You would have got, so Japan was a terrific answer. It's the 4th best you could have done. United States would have scored you 6, Tonga would have scored you 8, Samoa 11, Fiji would have scored you 15. The top 3, we've already seen a couple of them. Paula gave us the 3rd one, which is France on 56. Second, it was Australia with 60. So actually, top of the board, Ryan, was New Zealand on 65. Dave, you had a risky one. What would that have been?
I was thinking of Argentina.
If you'd said Argentina, you would be in a tie.
Oh.
Yeah, we'd have had to go to overtime, and the first team to score a try would have won.
Thanks very much indeed. So at the end of our second round, I'm afraid it's Dave and Paula we have to say goodbye to. I was honestly convinced you were going to go right through to the final and we were going to have a pointless... We could have married you on the spot. It would have been amazing. But I'm afraid that that's not to be... Well, I mean, just that bit's not to be. The pointless final. I'm sure the rest of it we'll leave in your capable hands, Dave. I feel sure you know what to do. It's been lovely having you on the show. Thank you both so much for playing. Dave and Paula. But for the remaining 2 pairs, it's now time for the head-to-head. Congratulations, Bob and Lisa, Jamie and Ryan. You're now 1 step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £8,000. Now, look, we need to decide which pair's going to play for that money, and to do that, you're now going to go head-to-head. The big difference is, of course, you are now allowed to confer, and the first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for those £8,000, Bob and Lisa. Now, Lisa, Bob actually was the lowest scorer in that last round.
I forgive him now.
Yeah, yeah. Very, very impressive indeed. And Jamie and Ryan, Japan. What an answer. Thanks. What an answer. I mean, well, both of you, now being able to put your heads together, I think this promises to be a very, very exciting 3rd round. Best of luck to both pairs. Let's play the head-to-head. OK, here comes your first question, and it concerns colourful butterflies. Richard.
We're going to show you 5 pictures now of butterflies that have colours in their name. Can you name these butterflies, please? Good luck.
OK, let's reveal our 5 colourful butterflies, and here they are. We have got A, green blank, B, blank brown, C, purple blank, D, blank copper, and E, red blank. There we are, 5 colourful butterflies. Bob and Lisa, you played best throughout the show so far, so you get to go first.
Basically, we only know one, so we've got to go for it. It's Red Admiral.
You're going to say Red Admiral for E. OK, Red Admiral for E, say Bob and Lisa. Now, Jamie and Ryan, what are you going to go for?
We can't talk you through the board.
Yep. Oh, right, OK.
I think what we've agreed is we're going to say C, Purple Emperor.
Purple Emperor. Purple Emperor for C. So, Red Admiral, Purple Emperor. So, Bob and Lisa are saying Red Admiral for E. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said Red Admiral. Is right. What a high score. Look at that, 76. Jamie and Ryan, meanwhile, have gone for Purple Emperor for C. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said Purple Emperor. It is right, and it wins you the point. Very well done indeed with Purple Emperor. Down it goes, still going down. 13. Good answer. Which means, Jamie and Ryan, after one question, you are up 1-0.
Well played, Jamie and Ryan. Let's fill in the rest of these. It's a tough board. Now, A is the green hair streak. Would have scored you 3 points. Very shy butterfly, the green hair streak.
Very shy.
Yeah. Spends most of its time on vegetation or sunbathing. Now, B is a meadow brown. Meadow brown, that would have scored you 5 points. And D, surprised you didn't get this one, Lisa, it's a small copper. Would have scored you 6 points.
Oh, you can see how small it is. There it is, the dandelion behind it. Gives
Tough
some
board,
idea.
though. Tough board, that. Well done, guys, for getting 2 answers there.
Thanks very much indeed. So, here comes your second question. Bob and Lisa, you have to win this one to stay in the game. Best of luck. It concerns Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Richard.
Simply going to give you 5 clues now to facts about Arnold Schwarzenegger. Can you give us the most obscure answer?
OK, let's reveal our 5 clues, and here they are. We have got the decade in which he was born, the US state of which he became governor in 2003, the woman he married in 1986, the director of the 1984 film The Terminator, and the country in which he was born. I'll read those one last time. The decade in which he was born, the US state of which he became governor in 2003, the woman he married in 1986, the director of the 1984 film The Terminator, and the country in which he was born. Now, Jamie and Ryan, you go first this time.
We're going to go for the country he was born in, which we're not sure, but we think might be Austria.
Austria, say Jamie and Ryan. Austria, the country in which he was born. Bob and Lisa, the board is all yours. Do you fancy just talking us through it?
The decade in which he was born, I would hazard a guess at the 50s. US state, he was California. The woman he married, I'm not sure, it might be Marie Helbin. I don't know the director of the 1984 film The Terminator. OK, we'll go for the decade in which he was born and say the 50s.
The 50s, say Bob and Lisa, the 50s. So Jamie and Ryan have said Austria was the country in which he was born, and Bob and Lisa are saying the 50s was the decade in which he was born. So, Jamie and Ryan, Austria, is it right? How many people said it? It is right. 62. Bob and Lisa have said he was born in the 1950s. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said the 50s. Oh, not the 50s, Bob and Lisa, which means Jamie and Ryan, you are straight through to the final 2-0 after only 2 questions.
Very well played, Jamie and Ryan. Tough luck, Bob and Lisa. It's been so lovely having you on. He was born on the 30th of July, 1947. Arnold Schwarzenegger, looking pretty good on it, isn't he? Would have scored you 22 points if you'd got it. You were right not to go for California. You knew it would score too many, and it would have scored you 68. The woman he married, it wasn't Marie Helbin, it was Maria Shriver. Would have scored you 9, and the director of The Terminator is James Cameron. And that would have scored you 18 points. Very well done if you got all 5 of those at home.
Thanks very much indeed. So at the end of our head-to-head round, I'm afraid the pair leaving us now, it's Bob and Lisa. Oh, look, it was all set fair for you to be through to the final. That would have been fantastic. I'm sorry we have to say goodbye to you. It's been lovely having you on the show, both shows. But thanks so much for playing. Bob and Lisa, wonderful contestants. Thank you.
Well done, guys. Well done.
But for Jamie and Ryan, it's now time for our pointless final. Congratulations, Jamie and Ryan. You've seen off all the competition and you've won our coveted Pointless trophy, so very, very well done. You now have a chance to win our Pointless jackpot, which at the end of today's show stands at £8,000. Now, obviously, I'm delighted you've made it through to the final. Very, very well done. But I'm a bit disappointed as well, because I was hoping you'd be back next show. This means it's only one appearance. It also means I had all sorts of things to chat to you about. Ryan, I know that you're a mystery... I shouldn't say this on television, but, well, till today, you were a mystery diner.
Yeah.
Now, tell me what a mystery diner is.
Well, the idea is you just kind of go and have a meal at a restaurant and you get it free and then you write a review of it. So the restaurant get the review and we get dinner.
So you have to show your qualifications as an eater of good food.
I've got plenty of qualifications of eating food.
Good stuff. Fantastic. Well, I'm sorry I've just blown your cover. But anyway, what a brilliant job. I'd love to do that. Well, listen, as always, with this round, you have to start it by choosing a category. And you have 4 options to choose from, and they are country music stars, Sheffield, Alan Bennett, German sport.
Well, I mean, we don't really know anything about any of them. Jamie just asked me, do I know who Alan Bennett is, which shows you kind of the level we're working at.
I think it has to be Sheffield.
OK, Sheffield.
Sheffield. OK, Sheffield it is, Richard.
Yeah, as so often with those categories that look like they're very broad, there's 3 very different categories you can go for here. So take your answers out of any of these. We are looking for any man who's made a 147 in the World Snooker Championships at the Crucible. We are looking for any Pulp UK Top 40 single. And we are looking for any cast member of the film The Full Monty. It's quite a good spread of things there. Hopefully at home there's something you can go for. Any man who's made a Crucible 147, any Top 40 UK single by Pulp, or any member of the cast of The Full Monty, according to IMDb. Very, very best of luck, guys.
OK, now, as always, you have up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers. And to win that jackpot of £8,000, only one of those answers needs to be pointless. Now, remember, the answers you give can come from any of these 3 categories. It could be all 3 from one category or 1 from each. It's entirely up to you. Are you ready?
Yes.
OK, let's put 60 seconds up on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
OK, so snooker players, who do we know? Ronnie O'Sullivan?
That's the only one I know.
Probably not pointless.
Stephen Hendry. What about the film on T?
OK, so...
Robert Carlyle?
Yes, that's
again, he was the main star, wasn't he?
Yeah, there's the big guy who was also in the Thin Blue Line. Are you going to get his name? I'm not.
I don't know who you mean. Which one?
He was in the Thin Blue Line. He was with Hit. He was in CID, the big guy who knew all the football trivia.
No,
not going to get him.
No.
OK. Do you know anything by Pulp? Nothing? OK, so we have 1 for the cast of the film Monty. Are we going to get anything else?
Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Do you have another snooker player? Do you have anything? What's the guy from Belfast called?
Oh, the Dennis Taylor?
10 seconds left.
Dennis Taylor? Robert Carlyle.
Yeah. OK. Yeah. Do you want... yeah?
OK.
OK, that is your time up. I now need your 3 answers.
We don't know anything about snooker, but we're going to go for Dennis Taylor.
Dennis Taylor.
Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Ronnie O'Sullivan.
And for The Crucible, and Robert Carlyle for The Full Monty.
And Robert Carlyle. Now, of those 3, which is your best shot at a pointless answer, do you think?
If his name's right, Taylor?
Yeah, Dennis Taylor, if he exists.
OK, Dennis Taylor, we'll put last. I can't believe they're saying this, Dennis. What should we put first? You're least likely to be pointless.
Robert Carlyle.
Robert Carlyle.
Yeah, Robert Carlyle.
Or Ronnie O'Sullivan.
OK, and Ronnie O'Sullivan will pop in the middle there. OK, let's put those up on the board in that order, and here they are. We have got Robert Carlyle, Ronnie O'Sullivan, and Dennis Taylor. Well, very, very best of luck. Your first answer was Robert Carlyle. This was the one you thought was probably least likely to be pointless. But if it is pointless, it will win you £8,000. Jamie, what would you do with your share of that?
If it's pointless, I'd like to go on holiday. I've got my finals coming up, and then I've got the last long holiday of my life before I start work as a doctor, so go somewhere nice, get some sun.
Ryan, how about you?
I'd really love to go to South America and kind of practice some Spanish, so I think that's what I want to do.
Perfect. Well, 3 answers up there. Maybe one of those will be pointless and will win you that jackpot. Your first one, as I say, is Robert Carlyle. Let us find out. If it is pointless, it will win you £8,000. Robert Carlyle. Is he in the cast of The Full Monty? He most certainly is. Down Robert Carlyle takes us through the 50s into the 40s. If he goes all the way down to 0, 35. 35. I think you'd have been very surprised if Robert Carlyle had been a pointless answer there. Not too upset about that. But 35, not a bad score. Your second answer was Ronnie O'Sullivan. Now, again, if this is pointless, it will win you that jackpot. So for £8,000, has Ronnie O'Sullivan ever managed a 147 break at the Crucible? It's right. That's the first thing. Robert Carlyle, your first answer took you down to 35. Ronnie O'Sullivan now taking you down past 35, 33. Excellent grouping. Uncanny, even. Not pointless, sadly. Only one more chance to win today's jackpot. Everything is now riding on the back of Dennis Taylor, a name that you thought you'd made up. Let's find out. Dennis Taylor. If he's pointless, he will win you the jackpot. For £8,000, has Dennis Taylor scored a 147 break at the Crucible? Oh, bad luck. Bad luck. Two good answers there. But unfortunately, you didn't manage to find that all-important pointless answer, which means I'm afraid you don't win today's jackpot of £8,000, which rolls over onto the next show. But we've really enjoyed having you. It's been great. And you do, of course, get to take home a pointless trophy each. So very, very well done.
Thank you.
Unlucky guys, there's a couple of categories there that some contestants would have killed for, I think. I know there are snooker fans and pulp fans waiting on tenterhooks to see if they've got a pointless answer here. The actor you were talking about, I think, from Full Monty was Mark Addy, and he would have scored you 2 points. Wouldn't have been a pointless answer. Now, there's only one pointless answer in the Crucible 147, so you've done very well if you said Mark Williams. The other men who've scored 147s are Addy Carter, who would have scored you 2. Cliff Thorburn would have scored 11, Jimmy White 19, Stephen Hendry would have scored you 24, along with Ronnie O'Sullivan. Those are all of them. Now the pulp singles. I will read out all of the pointless answers here. Very well done. If you said A Little Soul was a pointless answer, Bad Cover Version a pointless answer, Misshapes was a pointless answer, Party Hard, you could have also have had Top 10 hits, Something Changed, that was a pointless answer, Sunrise and This Is Hardcore from the #1 album, This Is Hardcore. Those are all the pointless answers on that one. And for the Full Monty cast, I know some people would have got pointless answers here. Bruce Jones, who was Les Battersby on Coronation Street, he was a pointless answer. Emily Wolfe plays Robert Carlyle's ex-wife in the film. She was a pointless answer. Paul Barber, who played Horse, perhaps the easiest of the pointless answers. He was Denzel in Only Fools and Horses as well. And Steve Hooson, also a pointless answer. So very well done if you said any of those ones at home.
Thanks very much indeed. Well, unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to you, Jamie and Ryan, but we've loved having you on the show. Thank you both so much for playing. Brilliant contestants, Jamie and Ryan. Well, sadly, Jamie and Ryan didn't win our jackpot today, which means it rolls over onto the next show when we will be playing for £9,000. Join us then to see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
That is goodbye from me. Goodbye.